Into the Wilds, Part 4. I was all ready to curse on that old black cat. Maybe I should have stayed in bed. This is not turning out to be the kind of day I had planned. I am not a Superman. In fact, I sometimes will run from a little cracky. I was not at all ready to face those poaching scumbags at this point, and I was somewhat relieved when I saw that old black bear coming through the trees. A big old speckled trout was hanging from his jaws. The poachers must have somehow dropped one. He stood there and looked hard at me, and I was trying to remember what to do when confronted with this situation. Without thinking, I started to back up and forced myself not to say anything. That was very hard, as my first instinct was to yell and say, "You get out of here, you devil," or something similar. I was amazed at how calm I was. Very soon he must have realized I was no threat to him, and lumbered off into the thick woods. I just stood there, trying not to shiver and shake, although I think I did both. "Now get yourself together," I told myself. "It's only a little black bear." I then set about on my original mission, to find that net and make sure that it will not be used again. I began to search all around, by the shore and underneath the trees. No luck. I was beginning to think that they must have carried it away with them. I wish I had a nose like that black bear. Maybe then I might find it. By now I was getting hungry, and to tell the truth, I was starting to slow down a little bit. I sat down on an old dry stump, pulled a sandwich from my knapsack. "It has got to be here somewhere," I found myself talking out loud, "and I will not give up until I find it." I gulped down the sandwich and quickly dashed off into the trees in a different direction, and was about to call off the search when I saw something underneath a big fir tree. I walked over, and there it was, stuffed into a big burlap bag. I yanked on it, but it seemed to weigh a ton. Finally I managed to pull it out from its hiding place. Then I sat on the ground and tried to decide what I would do next. I just cannot burn it. That would start a forest fire. It's too heavy for me to carry out. Then I thought, or maybe I could just cut it up into several smaller pieces. The sun was getting very hot, and for some reason I kept thinking about that old black cat. How will this all end? I wondered.